Hello everybody, it's Suffolk Blue, all the way from merry old England. How the devil are you? I hope you are well. Happy New Year! What are we doing today? I'm going to just refresh on your minds on what we did last year, because we can say that now. Let's just get ourselves straight away into bat mode, and then we're going to go and have a look and see what it is exactly we have done. Let's come over here. So if you remember last time we built the pumping house, started with the outflow pipe of sewage from here. All that good stuff. Go and have a look at that episode if you haven't already. Here's the pump. The only thing I've done additional is that. Because now I have a lever which I can turn it on and off with. I've kept the windows as they are. I'm going to put a desk in here. I am going to turn that into the pump master's room, if you like. But other than that, it's done. So, as you can probably tell, I have already removed all of the grass and the dirt and everything that was here, marking out this box. I made it look a little bit different. What I've also done is I've pulled across all the way from over there where our factory is the energy conduits, so that we've got some power to this area as well, because we are going to need some power. I've put concrete in to show the footprint of where parts of our building is going to go. And today what we're going to build is that an Enderman? Have I got an Enderman? What we're going to build today is essentially the machines which are going to make the industrial fertilizer, and then we're going to look at building and getting those running and working too. Let's start off. A lot of this is micro-blocking, as you would expect. I need to make these thicker, actually. I don't want them that thin. Let's get thicker. Let's get thicker. That's okay. We can do that. Easy. There we go. So we're just going to try. We're going to start off by building in some stilts. Sometimes I think it looks better with these sorts of industrial machines. If you can build them, it looks as if they're built off the floor, or at least have some support. And like that, I think, is how I can do them. See, now I'm looking at that and I'm wondering whether I would prefer them to be in concrete. So the other way around, that might very well be what I do, actually. It's easy to fix, easy to change. You can see the pipes that go underneath. Why can I not take off? Thank you. Let's get rid of these. Oops. Fabulous. So let's put this back in how I wanted it to look. I think that these will look quite good under concrete. Because it looks like they're set in the ground then, yeah? It's like they're concreted in, to give the structure a bit of strength. Why have I got an extra one? What have I not? Where have I not put in? It's odd. Perhaps I'll have one less of these now, I suppose, will be the problem. Oh, that's where I've got the extra one from, I think. Boop. Beautiful. There we go, quick swap around, nobody noticed. Yeah, so we're going to have that there. I'm going to put in the centre here. Start building this up using some of that block, because I think this part here, sort of, the black and the brown reflect quite well off each other and makes it stand out a little bit. We then want to probably come in with proper factory block on the top. Oops. The slight problem I've got here is that we're just on the cusp of the loading of all the other stuff, so it's just starting to... Every time we cross a certain point, we're loading in the other half of the city, which does mean we get a little bit of lag, but nothing too severe. I hope you all had a great New Year's and all of that good stuff. I know I did. I was in London, partying it up. It was very good, very fun. We're going to block these pipes in like this. So the pipes, these cables, sorry, right in, so you can't really see them. They don't really exist, even though obviously they will and do. Like that and like that. And that just starts to create a different look and feel underneath, yeah? It's not quite solid, although I want to do a little bit more than that. I'm gonna just go around And we're just making some of this look a little bit more special. Like that. And I'm going to use, again, because it complements the colours that are in front of it, as in the posts, and it's just brought forward a little bit more by the dark part behind. A little bit of highlighting and shade. So, there we go. So that gives us a little bit of texture at the bottom of this machine, or whatever this is. Well, this is the thing that's making our fertiliser, so it looks a little bit like that. You can see that it goes straight into, it's got the main pipe connected to it as well. I just think that's better than just having straightforward flat block to the floor like this, you know. Sometimes just indenting that a bit, making it look like it's on stilts. I like that. So that's easy peasy, it's as easy as that. The next thing we're going to do is we are going to have to pop in our composters. Now I hope I picked the right machine here. I haven't tested this. I could have picked completely the wrong machine that composts plants or something, but I think this is the thing that handles sewage. Made 2 plastic, 2 pistons, 1 machine frame, 1 furnace, 1 redstone reception coil, 2 bricks, and you'll get a composter. So let's pop these in and see what happens. Now I have already brought the power through, so that should be okay. Up goes the power. Whoop. They're powered at least. Up goes the power. So those are the actual machines that are going to do the work. The next thing I want to do is I don't want to... I could of course just bring the pipes straight in. I'm actually not going to do that. I'm going to take off that cover there. I'm going to put on... how am I going to do this? I think I'm going to do this like... I'd like a different colour though. Let's chisel. Let's chisel. Let's see what we've got colour-wise for these. We've got the darker rusted ones, which I think might look quite nice because it's sort of a browny, sewagey, not a very nice colour. Edges or corners. I think we'll do edges. So like that, and like that for now. We will have to take that out in a second, although I'm putting, not that one, this one, out in a second, because obviously we're going to have something lead into our tanks, unless it comes out the top or the bottom, but it's going to come out the front. But let's do that and that and that as well. Okay. That's going to go up one more. That's going to go up one more. Get a little higher. Okay. Superb. This pipe then is going to come up here. This is sewage again, remember. It's going to come... It's going to go in there or in there. Do. I think it's going to come in here. I'm going to make this... I'm making decisions as I go, which is quite dangerous, because I'll probably end up making something that I don't really like. Probably should have made this otherwise. I don't really need that one being very tall now, so we can get rid of that. Pop. Thank you. And... So has that now gone in the machine? It has. So it's full of sewage, which at least it's the right machine, which fills me with a little bit of joy. I've at least picked the right machine. Same with that one. Pop. Now it's idle because it can't do anything with the fertilizer that it has made. But there we go. So there is now our sewage, and hopefully this is starting to draw back from the main tanks because it's now filling up all of these pipes. And if we go and have a look, our level is back at 8,000, but there's just the pipes that are being refilled. That's good. Okay, so that's in. I'm going to I sort of want, if I cut these down, 2, 4, 6, oops, 8. I should have really brought over a workbench, shouldn't I? Or we're now getting night time as well anyway. But what we want to do, we're going to build some standard hollow, blocks, but quite thick ones. As it's now night time and we're here, it probably makes sense to go and have a little kip, doesn't it? Sleep this off. And we're back. So, what we're going to do, let's go down here. Eat something while we're walking around. Probably need to go get some more fruit things soon. There we go. So with these... Oh, let me turn back into a bat. These are going to protect our pipes as they go into the machinery, if you like. So here and here. There. And there. So they're still hollow. All the good stuff going through them as normal. There and there. Oops. Got to be careful of that. If you do that wrong, you break your pipes. We don't want to do that. Where's that go? Come here. So, oops, there and there. This one actually could be a solid pump. It doesn't pipe. It doesn't have to be a block at all. There we go. Excellent. That just leaves that middle section. And then what we can do, I think, is we will not do that. Not do that at all. There and there. I have to go make some more of these soon. Oh, I'll have that. Oh, come here. There and there. 1, 2. Again, just making some interesting shapes, things that look like machines, as opposed to look like just Minecraft blocks. Oops, missed 2. Thought so. Oh, no, not you. 1, 2. And I think on the end, whilst I like those, let's just turn these back into blocks, because whilst I like that mesh for the middle part, because it looks like vents, I think I'd prefer, yeah, I would. So I'm going to just like that. Superb. Now, I could box this pipe in if I wanted to, which I think I probably won't do, because I think it's going to look better. And I still didn't pick up that workbench, did I? Oh, heavens above! Come here. Come with me. Thank you. There we go. Let's bring that over here whilst I'm working. So with this bench, let's pop that there. Let's just quickly make, again, our normal hollow panels. And with these, we can then just, I want to do it like that. So it looks a little higher. Well, it certainly is higher. We're not going to do anything from there. But you can see that that's sort of coming out of there. I've kept it. You can't see the rest of the pipe, which I think looks quite cool. But you can see some pipe go into that, which I think is excellent. That's what we want. So very good, very good. Let's put all those back to being normal. Let's just make these back into blocks as well, because then I can use these onto the side. We're doing the other ones. 8. Here we go. 1, 2, 3. Oh, no. Go away. Cute. 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. So there's our 2 machines hidden away with power and sludge and sewage, sorry, all hidden away. I'm going to do that so it's the right shape. There we go. I need to go and make some more of those. Have I got any wood on me? No. Annoying. Let's go and get some wood. I'm sure we've got some in here. Yeah, this will do. And you. Now I've moved the workbench over here, which is annoying. Come here. Right, so we want some sticks. And let's do that right like that. Thank you very much. And we want some sticks. 1, 2, 3. How many do we get? 4. Okay. Just pop these in like that. Gives us 40, which is absolutely tons. We don't need any more than that, which is good. I forget. So what was I doing? Yes, over here we can do that there, and that there. Same here. That one there. That one there. Phenomenal. And I think on the top, I'd quite like that. whereas everything else I'd quite like to have still the solid metal. So let's just do that. That gives us 8. Which, let me use those first, otherwise we're going to be in trouble. Up. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Phenomenal. And then like so. And like so. So there you can see our machines are now contained within those sort of, I don't know what they are, they're like silos, like vats I suppose, as if they're sort of doing something with the sludge. I don't like this middle pipe, I've decided, and I think what we can do, let's do 1, 2, 3. Yeah, let's keep it like that. So we're just going to hide these away, like so. And then I think we can do something with the middle. So let's get our chisel. I'm not going to need you those anymore. I think I'm going to need you as these. Something a little fancy. Probably have, let me think, probably have that and that. Phenomenal. There we go. Like some sort of machine in the middle. But that's the machines. Those are the machines done. The next thing obviously is to get out of the machines the industrial stuff. So I'm going to bang a hole in this one. Okay, so that's got the fudge going at the top, hasn't it? So we're going to need to have that coming out this one actually. There's the machine. And there's the machine. Leaving that top one in, obviously. So let's put that back. Boom. Brilliant. Okay, so what we're going to need are some item ducts. I think it's item. I don't think it's like a fluid. I think it's an item duct. So let's go and grab those now. Have I got any in here? Yes, I have. Brilliant. We haven't got any deep storage units yet, and that's something we are going to have to make, so that the fertilizer's got somewhere to go. But essentially coming out of here then, and we're going to need to turn it around and turn it off and put a thing in it. Pneumatic servo has been installed. Let's turn that on. So that's on now as an output, which is great. Let's do the same thing here. Let's put a servo in. Output and on. Brilliant. So the next thing then would be these. Would be, what are we going to use here? Well, I think we're going to make these out of aluminium. Mainly because I want them to look bright white. I mean, it's quite an expensive material to use. I suppose I could use I could halve these down actually rather than using blocks, but I'd have to do, how would I do them on the edges? Oh, I think I could do that. So what we're going to do, let's try and save ourselves some, having just put all these down, let's try and save ourselves some materials by chopping them into panels and then seeing whether we can still link them all together, because we will be using the carpenter's wedges again to create the silo look, the silo shape. So let's give that a whirl. Let's take these out quickly. This concrete's a nightmare. I've just broken that glass. Oh, where did it go? I got it? I have got it. Hold on, let's put that back. Pop. Very good, very good. 1, 2, and providing we put the micro block on the very edge of all of these, so providing that we're doing it as if it's full block, so 54, becomes 64, becomes 64 thin ones. Let's give this a go and see, because we wouldn't have had enough otherwise. So providing that we only do this bit, don't go over the mark, it really is a thin light tank, like an aluminium tank. Let's just go around and do that and have a look. Making our materials go further. So if we do that, I should then be able to come along with this here. Should be able to do that. Oh, I got it in the right place would help. Yes. So by doing that and that, we've saved ourselves an enormous amount of material at least. There's our tank, which is actually only going to have a deep storage unit in the middle of it, and a way out. But there we go. So we can create these tanks without actually having to use up all of the material. So I'm going to get on and make both of these, and I shall bring you back when I've done that, and I'll probably go and quickly sleep this off as well. So I shall be right back. Hello everybody, so welcome back. Here we go then. So I've built them up. As you can see, we actually had just not quite enough aluminium to do the lot, because obviously these side panels have to be full blocks, but we were able to make both that stack of aluminium to do both of the inside, and I actually quite like the idea of them being quite thin. I mean, it's the point of them. So this is the inside. As you can see, what I've done on the top, I've just made a little decorative feature to show stuff being pumped into them, and these are the item ducts which are coming obviously from the machines themselves into each of these vats. Now, the industrial fertilizer, what I want to use it for predominantly is the cotton farm over here, which we're not there yet, so we really just need to store it for now more than anything. Let's pop in. I have made as well some deep storage units, so we've got loads of storage for this, so we don't have to worry about it at all. Let's put one there. I am going to, let me think. I am probably going to do this way. So the chest needs to be there. Am I going to do it this way? Yes, I think I am. Or should it be? It shouldn't. It should be down one. Makes sense. What I want though, in the same way that we did with the planks of wood in the oops. I've just gone and destroyed all of that in one swoop. As we did with the timber yard and the planks, you'll remember that we do have chests in there as well. I'm just gonna. So what happens is that the initial. Oh my goodness, the power of this pickaxe is ridiculous. Can I pick up that concrete? I don't suppose I can. There we go. Okay, so I'm going to need to go in there again though, aren't I, idiot? Fool! So, let's get a item duct in here. Pop! A bit like that. A couple of these, just the one actually would be necessary. Marvellous. And, right, so this one is an output. It's like so, and that should be all going into there. Let's pull down the pipe from above, and let's see if anything comes through it. Nothing's coming through at the moment, so have we got to go and look at the machine maybe? Oops. Or is it a fluid duct? See, this is the thing, I'm using item ducts. It could be a fluid duct. Let's go in the sideways here. Hello. Well, you're working, so you're creating stuff. There isn't anywhere where I can determine an output. There we go, industrial fertilizer. Superb. I don't like that being that way around. Backwards. There we go. Better. So there we go. We've got some industrial fertilizer coming through from the sewage farm. What will happen is that once this chest becomes full, the rest of it should backfill into the deep storage. I will then feed, once I get to that stage, when the cotton farm's up and running, all that sort of stuff, I will feed the fertilizer off from that route, and we will have it in there. Now, can mobs spawn in here? I don't think they can, because not that it's too light, but because I don't think they can spawn on concrete. So it should be fine. Let's put the cover back. Even if they do, they're trapped in there. They can't do anything to me. There we go. Let's come over here, the same thing again. So we are going to be storing all of this. Whoops, so completely wipe that out. The chest needs to go there. That has to have a just the one, like so. I am going to need to go in there. Let's not. Can we do this without breaking everything in half? There we go. Let's pop on top the deep storage unit. Fabulous. Let's get another pneumatic servo. Pop it in there. This one is. Oops. Wow. I am there. This one is an output. That's good to go. Let's pull this down from the top. Bump, bump. And at some point, let's see if that comes through. There it is, industrial fertilizer. So there we go. Both machines are now working. The tanks are now going to be emptying of sewage, basically, because we don't have enough animals really to keep that going at the moment. So I'm assuming all of that's going to get drained away pretty quickly. The 8,000 in here should certainly be being drained away pretty quickly. Yeah, that's gone. So we haven't got enough sewage at the moment really to keep this all going, but we do indeed at least have an absolutely perfectly working machine. We can take this down now. The last thing to do then really for this, apart from the little bits of finishing touches inside, I'm going to leave them as is. I'm not going to cover up those item ducts. You see that I've put the caps on at either end, but I quite like them item ducts looking like that. It looks a little bit like something new and different. It's not fluid. So there is the water treatment fertilizer factory plant with realistic pumps and realistic sewage main tanks. The last thing I need really, to be fair, is an outflow. Oh, I've got to put that back as well. Let's do that as well. Oh, not that one, this one. Let's put that back. Fabulous. So, what I'm going to do, let's have a think about this. Where can this come from? I think this is going to have to come from this end tank here. And what I want to do, I'm not going to use... I'm going to do this to start with. This is entirely for look and feel purposes. Entirely for look and feel purposes. Because what I want to do is have a pipe run from the treatment plant to this water here, across the road. So it's going to go over your head. Okay, we're going to just cover that in. The reason I've done it using these covers as opposed to blocks, even though these are full blocks, is I want the effect on the side, because if you do full blocks you end up with a single effect. I don't really want that, I don't think. Maybe I do in places. Hold on. Let's have a think about this. How long is this? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 and 7. So I could... Although it would look odd at the end, actually. It would look odd at the end, so we're not going to do that. So we're just putting these in, like so. Oops, let's go over the fence. Just cover up all of these in here as well. Marvellous. And then at this point here, we're going to get bigger. We're going to do this look here. So we've made it one bigger, okay? Yep. You'll see why in a second. Just take this across like so. 3, 4, 5. Wonderful. Because what I want to do, sorry, I'm thinking, I was just counting in my head whilst I was trying to click buttons at the same time. And as anyone will tell you, anyone that tries to do that is going to do exactly what I've just done again, which is to think more than I wanted. Where did I put my buckets? I had buckets around here somewhere. Because what we're going to do, we're going to have an outflow pipe. This is what this is. Is there a bucket in here? I can make one, I suppose. Let's put me... I don't need this now. Let's put this back and I'll make one quickly. I've got 16 buckets somewhere, but I shall make another one on the basis that I can't find them. There we go. So what we're going to do, again, just look, there's no reason to do this. It has no purpose whatsoever. You see this big old pipe here, we can obviously strut it and do some struts underneath it. But if I take the water from here, and I come up to here, beautiful. Okay, so we have a outflow pipe. And what I can do is we're just going to do that. 3. Oh, that's it. Now if I go one in, you see, it closes it. So you have to be a whole block to allow the water to flow through it. Come on, there we go. Want me cover back? Thank you. Let's put that back. And so by putting one higher, like so, you still have a pipe which outflows. All of this stuff is dripping under here, which is lovely because it sort of demonstrates the watery part of it. And then the last thing I can do, although it's night time now, so I'm probably going to get killed in a second by a creeper. The last bit that I'm going to be able to do is take, so not over the road, but certainly like, where is it? Where is the thing? I can do it from the middle, like so. And maybe from here, like so. And we can begin to create just some trestling, just some way of making that look fully supported. But in essence, the machine is creating all the fertilizer, taking all the bad stuff out, all the nitrogen, turning it into very useful fertilizer. What's left over is obviously water, which we can now pump all the way out and is dripping into this river here. What I probably will do is, just for effect, because I don't like it being there, I'm going to take you out and you out. There we go. By pumping it into here, I actually also dug this out and made this work a little bit better, all the way through, so it actually flow straight out to the ocean. So what I'm suggesting is that the water from the system, once the sewage has been removed, all of that fresh water gets dumped out and flows away. So I'm going to pretty up the last of this pipe, work and get that finished. I think that's it for today. It's certainly it for the water treatment plant. I hope you've enjoyed the building of this, because it's quite an industrial techy build, which really doesn't have much purpose other than making 2 machines work. I mean, essentially I should have 2 machines and a tank. that's and a deep storage unit. Other than that, everything else is completely superfluous. So I think there's the water treatment plant. Okay, the next thing we're going to start building on is still over here. We want to start looking at getting the Midwestern barn looking thing put in, start looking at building the other animals, because we now need to get some sewage in place to really feed this plant. So thanks very much for watching. If you've enjoyed it, please give a like. If you like the look and feel, if you like the designs, please also give it a like. It really is appreciated. It does make me feel that people enjoy what I do and enjoy watching what I do, which is fantastic. If you want to leave any comments, please do. Remember to share and subscribe if you haven't already. Thanks very much for watching. You take care of yourselves, and I'll see you next time.